Hi, it's Rich here from Midwell's Plumbing Heating Supplies. Today I'm going to show you how to replace your Clicky round thermostat with a Honeywell Home DT4 wired thermostat, and it can save you up to 10% on your heating bills. Check this video out. So the first thing we need to do in your property is find your switch fuse spur for your central heating. So they normally look like this, and you isolate them to work on your central heating circuit. So they can power your boiler or your programmer or your central heating, but you will have one of these in your property somewhere. So what we do on these is we can isolate them, and then that will make the system safe for us to work on the thermostat, okay? Because obviously we are going to be using a thermostat that works with 230 volt supply, so bear that in mind, that this stuff, if you are not confident in doing this, please get a competent person to come in and do it. So if you isolate your switch fuse spur, you can first of all, if you've got one of these are a little volt stick, and if you go anywhere near 230 volt supplies, they will actually indicate that there is a voltage, okay? So at the switch fuse spur, even when you turn them off, you will still expect a voltage there because they have voltage coming in from the incoming main to your switch fuse spur. However, your programmer should no longer be live. So if I just show you that, so if I turn that on, you can see at the programmer, we've got 230 volts at the programmer, but if I switch that off, we no longer have 230 volts at the programmer, and because the programmer powers your thermostat, there won't be 230 volts at the thermostat. Okay, so now everything's isolated at the switch fuse spur, and you've got the fuse actually in your hand. I'd suggest putting it in your back pocket so no one else can easily put the system back into commission while you're working on it. If you get your volt stick again, make sure it's turned on, and then if you just then go around your thermostat just to make sure it is 100% dead. Obviously the programmer's dead, okay, so make sure the programmer is completely dead, make sure the thermostat's completely dead before you're working on it, okay? So just remember that volt sticks only give you an indication of voltage. They do not 100% confirm that voltage is not present. The only thing that can do that is actually a multimeter. So if you don't have a voltmeter or a multimeter, then a volt stick can give you a good indication, but it does not 100% guarantee that the electricity supply is gone. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to take the thermostat off the wall in preparation for fitting the DT4. When you get the cover off your Clicky round stat, what you'll have is a live, a switch live, a neutral and an earth. Okay, not all thermostats will have an earth at the front like this. This has an earth park on this particular thermostat, but not all thermostats will have that. So sometimes the earth will be behind it or cut off or something like that. So, but there should be an earth there as well. In this particular thermostat, the live comes in on 1, goes out on 3, okay, and then you have the neutral on 2. This thermostat has an anticipator inside it, and what that basically is a little heater which heats up the thermostat. So basically it predicts, or it tries to help predict when the turn off temperature will be. However, it's quite archaic, so they're not very accurate in their switch off point. So when this switches off, it's got quite a high point that it does that, and this is why these types of thermostats end up wasting money. Okay, so what we need to note though is our live wire and our switch live wire, because those two wires are the only two wires that we actually need for our DT4. So when we come to changing our thermostat over, we just basically need the live and the switch live wires. The actual neutral and the earth wires can be made safe, and I'm going to do that in a Wago block as we go through the video. I'm going to make these two wires here safe, and then we're just going to be left with the live and the switch live wire to put into the DT4. So when you remove your round clicky stat, what you'll notice is you'll have 4 wires. So generally when these are installed, you'll have 4 wires with a 4-core cable, and the wires will be live, switch live, a neutral and an earth. Okay, but because the DT4 doesn't require a neutral or an earth, what you can do is you can put a Wago terminal just to make them safe on both the neutral and the earth wires, and then that leaves you with your permanent live and your switch live wires, which will wire into your DT4 thermostat. So when you're fitting your DT4 backplate, it's very important that you put the wires in the right place. So you put your brown wire, which is normally your live wire, from your programmer. So this goes into terminal A. Your switch live wire goes into your middle terminal, which is your terminal B. Okay, so what happens is your live comes in from your programmer into terminal A, and then when the thermostat is calling for heat, it then switches onto your B terminal, which then sends the switch live back to your boiler or your motorized zone valve, pump, etc. Whatever's attached to the switch live from your thermostat, it will then energize when the thermostat is calling for demand. So this thermostat, so the DT4 thermostat, does not need a neutral or an earth. So the neutral and the earth is made safe, and I've done that in this video using Wago blocks. So once you've completed the installation of your DT4 thermostat, what we need to do is get the installation back on and get it tested. So if you get hold of your fuse, stick it back in the fuse carrier, get the switch fuse spur switched on, and your programmer should come on. Make sure your programmer is in the continuous mode. Once you've got your programmer in continuous mode, you can go over to your newly installed thermostat, and if you just touch the plus button on the plus button side, like so. Turn it all the way up to like 25 degrees. Wait for the thermostat to acknowledge the setting, and then you'll see there'll be a little flame symbol on the left-hand side with the air temperature in the room as it is currently. After a few moments, what will happen is that the boiler will come on, so the heating system will come on, the boiler will come on, and your heating system should get up to temperature. To check that your boiler turns off, if you press the middle button again and then press the minus button, so the thermostat turns all the way back down, and if you set it down to like 10 degrees, something like that, that will definitely guarantee that your boiler goes off. So again, just let it register the temperature, and you might hear a very slight click and you'll see the flame symbol disappears. That indicates that the demand's gone, so the boiler should now go off. Okay, once you're happy with that, if you then press the middle button and then set the thermostat to the actual temperature that you want it to be. So what we would suggest is if you had it set to 21 degrees on your Clicky round stat, set it to 20 and try it at 20 first. You might even find 20 is still too hot for your home, as the Clicky round stats aren't very accurate, where the new thermostat will be very accurate. Anyway guys, thanks very much for checking out our video today. If you haven't already, please consider liking and subscribing to our channel. And as always, we're really grateful for everyone who watched our videos and comments on them and asks those questions. Anyway, I've been Rich. Thanks very much for watching our video today. I'll see you on the next one.